Hey you guys, so today I'm going to show you how to make my corned beef and cabbage. So I was out shopping today and I came across this beautiful piece of corned beef. It has a nice rendering of fat on the back, and that's what you want when you buy corned beef. You don't want to buy a piece of corned beef that doesn't have that nice fat. And they usually come pre-seasoned a little bit and with a package of pickling spice, but that's not enough pickling spice for me, so I like to add more. For my seasonings today, I'm just going to use some onion powder, garlic powder, oregano, minced garlic, pepper, and some Lowry seasoning. I'm also going to add my pickling spice. I like a lot of pickling spice. You really need this when you make your corned beef, and just some white onion. Normally I would also add a bay leaf, but once I started cooking today, I realized I was out. So I'm just gonna cook this in my crock pot, and I've set the timer for 8 hours. I'm just gonna let it cook on high and get all of my seasonings in there, my onions and all of my powdered seasonings. And for each of my seasonings, I probably use just about a teaspoon. You don't really need a lot of seasoning when you're cooking corned beef because it's already kind of salty. Some people like to cook their corned beef in a broth or maybe bouillon cubes in the water, but I just simply use water because, again, corned beef already has a lot of sodium and I don't want my meat too salty. Although I do like a little salt, but I don't want it too salty. And if you start adding beef broth or chicken broth and all of that, then your corned beef will be really salty. So I'm just going to add all of my seasonings, and then I'm going to submerge my corned beef in water and let it cook for 8 hours. There's nothing quite like the smell of pickling spice, and as soon as I put it in the water, the aroma just rose up, and oh my goodness, it smells so good. This is going to be delicious. So now that my meat is all seasoned, I'm just gonna put my lid on, and I love the lid on this crock pot. It actually has these clamps on the side and it seals it nice and tight and locks those flavors inside the pot. So my corned beef is just about done. So about 20 minutes before it is done, I start cooking my cabbage. And for my cabbage, I just use onion, red bell pepper, and today I'm going to add some carrots. I don't normally add that to my cabbage, but today I thought I'd add some little baby carrots and just slice them in half. And for my seasonings, I'm just going to use a little Lowry's, onion powder, and pepper, and some crushed red pepper because I do like a little bit of heat on my cabbage. I absolutely love cabbage. It's probably one of my favorite vegetables and probably something that I cook more often than others because I can make a big container and put it in the refrigerator and I can eat off of it for a few days. Sometimes I make cabbage soup and I cook it in different ways. Sometimes I saute it with a little olive oil, but today I'm just going to do a simple boil. I was actually, it's so funny, I was actually watching a movie on Netflix the other day and I wasn't paying attention. The movie just got so captivating to me and I just sat there and I totally forgot I was cooking my cabbage and burned my cabbage. I was not happy. My dinner was ruined, but you know what? I didn't even care. I ate it burnt anyway. It was still good, even though it was charred. So I'm just adding my ingredients. I've added my white onion, my red bell pepper, and you can use whatever color bell pepper you want. I used to use the green, but I just like the red because it gives it a little bit of extra color, and to me your food tastes better when it's pretty and when it's colorful. So I've added all of my seasonings and my crushed red pepper, and then this morning I actually had bacon for breakfast. And so I decided to keep some of that bacon grease and add a little bit of that bacon grease to my cabbage for some added flavor. Now normally I would keep the bacon and crumble it on top, but I'm just going to concentrate on having my corned beef for my meat today. So now I'm just going to mix up all of those seasonings in my cabbage. I'm going to put a top on it, bring it to a boil, and once it comes to a boil, I'm going to turn it down and cook it on low for about 15-20 minutes. And I'm going to check my corned beef, and that looks perfect. It does shrink a little bit, but man, if you could smell this. So now let's check on our cabbage. It's been about 15 minutes and this looks really good. This is all done. I just want to make sure all of the water and moisture is cooked out of the bottom. And that's it for my cabbage. We're ready to eat. Wow, I really wish you guys could smell this. This corned beef smells so good. And I love mustard on my corned beef. This is going to be even better tomorrow when I make a sandwich out of it. But what's corned beef without a cold beer? So that's it, you guys. Fire up that crock pot before you leave out for work, and by the time you get home, your dinner is done. And then you have so much you can do with the leftover corned beef. The next day you could have corned beef hash, you can make sandwiches. So get that crock pot out. It's good for so many things, and use it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm going to enjoy this beer. So if you did enjoy this video, please hit the like button and subscribe and share it with your friends, and hit the notifications so you'll know the next time I upload. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest at Simply Ormandy. Ciao!